welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
What's up, man?
Not too much. Just, going to the post office, unloading some Funko Pops. Oh, yeah. Want to give that a quick...
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. End of the world.
Liquid on the table.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Liquid on the felt.
I think I improved it. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah. No, I just basically went out to mail out some Funko Pops. I was unaware of Funko Pops, those little plastic guys. You got me the Groot for Christmas the one year.
Sure, I didn't know what they're called.
Little guy up there.
I just knew that you collected them. So.
Yeah. So I didn't get the memo until like last week that there's actually some value in some of these things. So I had 3 of them. The breakfast cereal, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry, all those kind of guys. So unbeknownst to me, they are actually worth something. So I just sold the Blueberry and Frankenberry for $430 a piece. Wow. So I just shipped those 2 off, and then Count Chocula is going to go shortly as well. I
have some Pokemon cards that are worth some that I've been meaning to go and talk to someone about selling. Yeah, because I've already looked up some of the ones I've got.
Yeah, and I mean, Pokemon is I
was getting the original
massive,
ones that
right?
Were discontinued, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's massively popular. Again, people are hugely into the Pokemon Go still.
I wanted to get rid of my collection of that. Because
Well, you might as well. When things are sort of on their upcycle, right? I mean, it's probably the time to get rid of them. And that's how I saw the Funko things. While I love those characters as breakfast cereal, I bought them for $10 a piece. Yeah. The fact that they're worth $400 and some dollars, it's kind of like I can't really justify them sitting there at that price. Somebody had posted something about a Funko Pop, and it was like they had a Funko Pop worth $100. I'm like, how are they worth $100? And they're like, oh, go check out this collector site. It will tell you how much they were worth. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just put that in. And then when I saw the price, I almost fell out of my chair. And I'm like, I got to get rid of these.
So you sold them on eBay?
Sold them on eBay. They got shipped off.
$400 and someone paid it?
Someone basically bid $400.
Bid? Or like, what do you mean?
Well, initially I put it out there. I think it started at $400, ended at $460.
So you started the bid at $400?
Yeah. So
someone bid on that?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it cost me...
How do you have that much money to throw away?
You see, that's the thing. Like, I mean...
Who the fuck are these people? Yeah. I bet, I guarantee you that guy you work with is like, I'm broke, man. I was broke, I don't get paid enough. That's that fucking arsehole. Yeah. He just bought $400 fucking noddy thing offline. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, to me, I like them. They're, they're cool. I have them in my office and all that kind of stuff. But... I mean, I would never pay more than the $10 or $15 that you pay.
How much is the Groot one worth? He's
still worth $10. I won't ever get rid of him, man. He's
right. Someone
different.
offer you $1,000 for that thing. I say sell it, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'll get you something nice. I'll get you a nice big bag of weed if that ever happens.
Perfect. Good, great deal. It's a great deal. Come on, Groot.
Go on, Groot. But he's only worth about $10. It's kind of one of those weird things. But I agree with you. Like it's weird that people will spend that kind of money. Like I would never ever spend that kind of money on those kind of things. There's things that I like. I mean, obviously I collect skateboards and I collect all sorts of stuff, but I just pay retail price. I would never, I need that skateboard. I'm going to spend $1,000.
I don't think I'm in a stage in my life where I'm collecting things.
Right.
I don't own my own house.
Yeah.
I don't have enough money to put towards something that is just aesthetic value and the fact that I like it.
Yeah.
Everything I buy is bought for a reason because we need it. And all the money that I have, if it is in the bank, is ready for something that I'm going to need.
Right.
Because anytime something go wrong. So I don't think I'm even in that stage. I can see myself maybe like 20 years when I've worked my ass off and I'm a journeyman stonemason.
And I mean...
And I've got my own house and I'm just filling that fucker up.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If I've got my own little room, I got some shelving units, throw some shit up. But I was collecting those little fucking things. They're similar. They just don't nod.
Yeah.
And they ended up in a bag because we don't got room for them.
Right.
And I have a daughter and I don't have like a room that's just mine.
Right.
And I don't own a house. And to put something like that on a shelf, it's like a legit like, okay, I got to dust these fuckers every day.
Yeah,
like I got to fucking take them all off and dust this shelf. Like, to be a fanboy of anything is fucking time consuming.
Right.
I don't even have the time to sit and enjoy something.
Right. And I mean, what you spoke to is kind of the difference. Like, I mean, 20 years older than yourself. I have my own house, and it's just, I'm in a different stage of life, so I've accumulated these things. When I was younger, I didn't accumulate the things that I have now. A lot of these, all sort of reflect back to my childhood and things that are just kind of nice. But even myself, I don't have the disposable income to spend $400 on a toy that costs $10, nor would I think I would ever. Yeah, no, it's all the props to you if you have that kind of money to spend on those kind of items. Obviously you are in a different financial situation than myself, nowadays, and all the props to you.
Funniest thing about nowadays is I think that statement's false. I think a lot of the people that are spending all this money on their thing are people that are sitting at home in their mum's basement moaning that they don't have money.
Right.
A lot of the time, even I see it even at work. You got a couple of employees, I make the least at the company. I'm the lowest paid. And I make, I cut it close, but, I'm okay. And the other guys, they say they're broke, but then they'll go for a steak dinner that costs $250 instead of eating at home. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You can't say you're broke, then go eat fucking steak. That's craziness.
Yeah.
I'm eating fucking no-name brand pasta shells.
Yeah.
That taste like cardboard when you fucking heat them up. You know what I mean?
And I still do that.
Because I don't got that sort of income. So to say you're broke, and it's annoying. So it's people like that are like, oh, I'm broke, but then they go spend $400 on a fucking toy that they don't need.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the consensus in today's world is just spend your fucking money on stupid,
immediate
ridiculous shit
gratification
and
lifestyle.
And then moan. Oh, I need more money. Or no, you need to manage your money, motherfucker. You know what I mean? If you are broke, that's because you are shit at managing your own money.
Yeah. Tattooing's kind of like that, right? A lot of you get paid well. You charge $150 an hour.
Oh, bro.
You get paid cash a lot of the
fucking
time.
Lawyers out there that don't get paid the same as a tattoo artist these days.
Yeah. You get paid cash. So, a lot of it is, who knows where that money kind of goes. But, you think of all the artists that and I know the artists too, that, they would go out and they would party and they would do all this kind of stuff.
Skateboard that's worth fucking $200, $300.
Yeah.
Grip tape, man. Special grip tape.
Yeah. They would do all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. And at the end of the day, they wouldn't save anything. And then at the end of the week, and you get paid depending on the shop that you're at. Sometimes you're getting paid daily, depending on the arrangement. Sometimes you get paid weekly or bi-weekly. Who knows? But you get big chunks of money and you're walking out there with a giant wad of cash and you're going and you're blowing it on whatever. And I eat out and do all that kind of stuff. And I used to do that kind of stuff there as well. But at the end of the day, a lot of that money would be pay the house. So
we eat out once every 3 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's a treat for us to have a pizza. What people do when they're lazy and bored, let's get Domino's. For us, that's shit. We're spending $10. I could go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of items for this. So this is enjoy this motherfucking pizza and eat the entire thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying.
Lick the dip container.
Yeah, a lot of people they just kind of blow that stuff. And like I said, I retired from tattooing because I paid for things. I paid my house off. I did all those kind of things just because I took that money and it's put it in this because that needs to be done. And then at the end of the day, you're way better, right?
Most of these people are collecting things they don't even own their house.
Right.
You got to move all that shit out when you have to move, bud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We try to keep everything. If we don't need it, it's gone. Even tables you've got in the basement here, and say if I'm not using it, in the garbage or someone else has got it, because when we move, I'm not moving all this shit.
Yeah, and Denise and I have looked at that stuff as well because we're looking to downsize because ultimately, in a few years, we're gonna retire and we're gonna move into a smaller place. It's just kind of how it goes, right? It's kind of a weird cycle. You start with nothing, right? Then you start accumulating all this stuff and you live your life, and then at the end you're kind of downsizing again. Yeah. So if you kind of cut out that middle bit,
that's what I planned on doing. Fuck the accumulation.
You're probably better off at the end of the day, right?
Well, the less things you're attached to, the better.
Yeah. And it's not other than sort of film equipment and stuff like that. It's not like we have a very luxurious packed with furniture.
I'm not
house,
attached to my house at all. someone could go in there and steal everything, and I've got insurance.
Right.
And there's no sentimental value in 90% of it.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah, I mean, I have stuff that, I've collected for years, but I mean...
oh, you took my Xbox. Just bought another one.
Yeah.
All my games are digital.
Yeah.
Fucking suck it.
Yeah.
And there's a passcode on my Xbox, so lick my balls.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it now, is that a lot of that stuff is like, digital download and all that kind of stuff. And
all my music's on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I just, take my laptop. I got insurance.
That's kind of the nice thing about today is
I
that
could
things
probably
are
get
digitally
nicer
like that.
shit if someone fucking did rob me. Don't rob me.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of weird too that everything's digital. You don't have anything kind of physical, right? Like you
don't have to.
Downloads.
That's why I tell people, don't buy me games.
Yeah.
Don't buy me CDs. Don't buy me fuck all, because I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that shit. I don't want DVDs. I don't want anything. I watch all my movies online.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Netflix. I got all that shit. I don't want nothing.
Yeah.
It's clutter.
Yeah, that is definitely clutter, and that's definitely changed. Like I'm sure you probably remember a day when you'd go to a mate's place and it would be basically
like CD holders. Remember CD holders? Those were like standard beside
walls
your TV.
And walls of CDs or walls and walls of DVDs.
Fuck that shit, man.
It's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I much prefer, sort of like you, the digital stuff. But it always kind of concerns me that if one of these companies goes out of business, is like, hey, I can't watch that stuff anymore, But I don't think Apple...
Watching, I don't got to worry about that so much.
Yeah.
With games, like, I don't see it in my Xbox account ever going down like that.
I mean, Xbox is approaching, what is it, the $10 billion valuation.
But if... like Xbox ever did go down, it's because it were like the world just fucking ended. You know what I mean? Like there was a fucking nova flash from the sun, and now we have no electricity, and I don't think I'm going to be playing video games anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft is going to let that user base just disappear overnight. Like, hey, we're going to shut this down and cut you all off.
I'm saying if they did, you can probably guarantee that it's the end of the world.
Chances are you're probably looking for food and weapons because there's a zombie apocalypse, right? And you're just trying to work your way out of there.
I don't see it. The only things that are really important are photos, and we're lucky even now because you used to have all your photos in boxes under your bed or in your attic or in your basement, and if it flooded, that's the one thing that you didn't ever want to get ruined.
Right.
But now it's all on the laptops, all on little
See, and that scares me a little bit more, actually, to be honest, because it's very easy to sort of misplace an SD card. It's very probable that a hard drive...
Like, I've only got one.
Yeah.
And it's got all the photos of our baby on it.
Yeah.
And it sits in like one place.
Right.
It's not in a basement. It's not in a crawl space.
Yeah.
It's not going to get wet.
No. But, if it gets misplaced or accidentally lost or all those kind of things.
Yeah, but if I had that in boxes, it'd be 10 boxes.
Or it corrupts, right? And that's the other thing. Like, I've had hard drives corrupt with images on it, and it's just a big, giant pain in the bottom, right? I mean, you can back it up on the cloud and all those kind of things. But even that, it's, again, if a business shuts down, it's like, oh, where'd all my shit go, right?
Yeah.
So... it's
good luck killing Apple.
For that, you kind of like the physical kind of.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not a photo guy as it is.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like I remember all the shit with my daughter. I don't take a lot of pictures.
Right.
People hate that. I don't post anything on my Facebook because I don't give a fuck who any of these motherfuckers know what's going on in my life.
Right. Right.
You look at my Facebook picture, like that's fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know what I look like today.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's not for you, man. Like, only reason I use Facebook is for like my mum and fucking looking at stupid videos from Lab Bible. I don't. If you want to know about my life, be my mate. Otherwise,
I think Facebook's on its
off.
way out, anyways. I think a lot of people are.
Any social media, though, I don't care about people knowing about my life.
Oh yeah, no.
Seeing my baby, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
People posting their baby pictures and shit. Like, why?
Although I will tell you that that picture of you in high school with that glorious hair is absolutely magical.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I don't get the interest in seeing other people's babies and shit and like their house and like too intrusive. Fuck right.
Right.
Yeah,
it's understandable. I mean, a lot of people feel that way about social media completely. I mean, a lot of people have given it up, and just they've sort of turned it off. I know a lot of people that have turned it off completely. Right.
I've just given up on today's kids. This whole like you offended me thing is just it's getting out of hand. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely
this is getting unreal. They're the most unknowledgeable pieces of shit on the face of the earth. Even having an argument with them is uneducated, and they always take the violent high road.
Yeah,
it's fucked.
Yeah. I mean, for me, from my perspective, I feel like this generation's a little bit lost because they haven't had really anything to fight for. There's no Great War. There's no Great Depression. There's no all that kind of stuff. So they're fighting among each other over stupid. Exactly.
Now you've got pedophiles trying to fucking say that it's a sexual preference.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
There's like a judge out there that's fucking pushing it as well. We all know, fucking watch him out. Don't let him near a fucking playground.
Yeah.
Right? It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
When you've got pedophiles coming out the woodwork saying, I'm proud to be a pedophile, and this is a sexual preference, you know the world has taken a fucking wild fucking turn for the worst. And it comes from all these left-wing cunts that are like, oh, be nice to me, be nice to me.
Right.
And now you've got people like that who think that we should be nice to them.
Yeah.
They should all go fucking die.
Yeah, I think, one of the things that social media has done that is extremely bad is it's given things like the extreme left, like what you're mentioning, and the extreme right,
Okay, but let's talk about the extreme right. Well, we got like KKK, you got like some neo-Nazis. We'd call those extreme rightists, right?
Right.
They're eradicating people. They're pretty violent. But even then, they've been around for years, right?
Yeah.
They don't do much. Their rallies, there's like 11 guys. And even their last rally that you saw on social media, they were getting stoned by the left wing, for fuck's sake. And they were just sitting there taking it.
Yeah.
So, although we do have the radical rights, they're more idiotic than anything.
Right.
They're not making any moves towards anything political. When was the last time you saw a political movement for like the caging of minorities? Like it just doesn't happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is 2018. This is the most not oppressed time ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you can keep fighting for racism all your life. There's always gonna be racists.
Yeah.
That's the fact. If you can't live your life knowing that someone out there is gonna hate you, you've got...
Yeah. The truth of the matter is there's always going to be conflict.
Exactly. So the fact that we can't get over the fact this is the best it's ever gonna get. Freedom of speech. Everyone is free. Everyone can say whatever the fuck they want. Whatever. Let the neo-Nazis have their 10 gathering at the fucking, corner store and we hate whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Great. You show hate, you'll get hate back. You're gonna have a shitty hard life. But these left-wingers are like politically changing shit.
Right.
I'm like, they're changing things to where I can get locked up for how I think because I misgendered someone. I've now assault. I've assaulted someone because I misgendered them. Like, these are real laws they're passing. It's fucking, but this is the radicalness.
Yeah.
And they're progressing in a political way. And that's fucking scary to me because.
Nobody is going to jail for basically
no, but you can get fined. In certain
places
places, you can get fined. Yeah. If you don't pay those fines, you can go to jail. So it can result you going to jail. And in most people that disagree with this law will end up not paying it. I don't want to give you places because I'll probably be wrong.
Right.
But I have read this and they're pushing for it in places. Even if it hasn't been filed in places,
right.
This is a movement. And it scares me that they've got as much backing as they've got already. So even if most places haven't filed this law, it's on the way fucking in. They're making bounds and leaps and it's craziness. Like I'm okay for equality and everyone like, but don't make it your identity.
Yeah.
They've made it their identity. Like it's like the gay movement.
Yeah.
It come from nothing. People were getting beaten up in the streets for being gay.
Yeah.
You had celebrities that couldn't be gay. It would ruin their careers. Yeah. Now you can be gay.
Yeah.
You can marry in most places. Most people will just turn a blind eye to what you do. Like I don't make out with my girlfriend in the street. So most people don't know that you're gay because you're not going to make out with your boyfriend in the street.
Right.
You don't really know my sexual preference when I walk down the street. I could be anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't make out with anyone in the street. So you'd never know unless I'm with my family. But the fact that you make your identity like, hey, I'm gay. My whole life's about gay. I'm going to fight for gay rights for my entire life. Like it's become to a point to where like you've got these kids growing up and it becomes their identity. Like their identity now is like this left-wing movement. And when you go to like their rallies and stuff, it's hostile as fuck. I'm like very not a homophobe at all, but they're hostile to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in certain things. I don't think you should be like displaying yourself in the fucking street. Do I display my fucking self in the street?
Yeah.
Since when is that a movement?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't care really what anybody does.
I've got a little girl, and when there's a dick in the street, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I don't be naked around my fucking little girl, so there's no need for you to be fucking naked around my little girl.
Right, and there's laws against that. You'd be charged with indecent exposure.
But they don't on them because they're in rallies and movements, and because the police are scared to be fucking stoned to death.
Right. You know,
and it's the same with many other issues that we've got going on today. Like a lot of these protests, they're turning like you can't debate them.
Yeah.
It's like you go through and like it's like these Trump rallies. They all hate Trump. You ask them all why they hate Trump. They have no fucking clue.
They have no clue why they're basically. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think the biggest thing.
It's like know why you're there. If I hate Trump, there's a reason why I hate this guy.
And we've talked about this before. There's a lot of people, you know, sort of look at stuff and they don't even read stuff. They
Fox News.
Yeah, they just look at titles, and if it goes along with their thing, or they have an opinion on something and they don't even understand what they have an opinion about. Like, you know, this is not even like remotely close to gay rights or gun control or anything like that. But, you know, I don't know if you heard, but Seth Rogen did like the announcements for transit for Toronto and Vancouver, you know, and whatever. And then somebody said, well, I should do it for Calgary, right? And then there was this big upcry, you know, like, oh, it'll cost too much money and all this kind of stuff. Like, if you listen to what he said and if you read the articles, he's willing to do it for free. So fuck off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, like read, understand what's being debated and talked about, then interject your opinion. Because when you interject your opinion and it's completely, you know, it's like, well, it's going to cost thousands of dollars. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, at least have the common sense to read a fucking article.
It's a common reoccurring thing with this side, man. Like the Trump rallies, there's people that go around and ask questions like, why do you want him impeached? Why do you hate him? Oh, something he did. Like, it's just like babble. Like, you can't even get a sentence out what they're saying. And it's like, what the...
It's because they don't read and understand.
They just fucking hate him.
Yeah, and that's exactly it.
But
it is just absolute hate.
That's not how the world works. Because there's probably people that hated Obama, but there was no fucking impeach movement. They just sat down and was like, I'll wait 4 years and I'll vote for someone else because that's...
There was, but...
Oh, was there?
Yeah. But there always is, and that's kind of my
point. For me, it wasn't
point.
This big. Okay, it was obviously because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And I don't look into this shit. I didn't care about Obama, really. I only care about Trump because people hate him so much and I like to make people mad. But, you know, the fact of the matter is most of these people don't know what they're arguing against. And, like... It wasn't such a big deal with Obama. Like, obviously, you had your guys that didn't want a black president. They didn't like the fact that his name was, you know, what his name is.
Right.
There was all these different...
They wanted him deported. They thought he was an illegal alien.
And most of those guys were clinically retarded. You know.
But that's my point. It's like, you know, research the facts, have an opinion. It's like, I don't like Trump because I don't like the following policies, and here's the reason why. Like, just be fucking educated about what the fuck you were talking about.
But most of these kids that are at these rallies, you ask them where America is on the fucking world map, and they'll tell you the world's flat, and they don't know.
Yeah, they're bandwagoners. They're bandwagoners, and it's just it's infuriating. For somebody like me, it's infuriating. Like, I don't care if you have an opinion. Like, you can have your opinion, but a lot of times when you're spending, like, anytime I chime up, it's usually somebody on the extreme left or extreme right, and it's like, hey, like, you know, read this.
I think
that's how I kind of deal with it. It's like, read this.
We should rephrase that. You can have your opinion, but it's a fucking opinion.
Yeah.
You are not factual, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is an opinion.
Yeah.
These are all opinions. You cannot impose opinions on other people.
Yeah.
And I find that's the difference between the left and the right. The right has an opinion. The left has an opinion. But the left opposes their motherfucking opinion on everybody. And if their opinion is any different, violence is there.
Yeah.
We're like right now...
I think that goes both ways.
Well, yeah, the radical right can be pretty violent. They throw people in camps and all that sort of shit. But we haven't seen that in years.
Yeah. Oh, we have seen some of it, but I mean, like, again, like, these are two extreme...
Tell me what extreme right we have seen in years.
The tiki torches when they marched, basically, they marched in, you know, they had a bunch
but that was not violent.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
That was like the smallest event ever.
Yeah. It wasn't that small, but I mean, you know, it's, like I said, I mean, both extremes, to me, are toxic, right? And the problem is...
Anything extreme is toxic. But the fact that only one... You're only hearing about one, which is annoying.
Yeah. And that's always kind of the thing. Like I said, as things go, like, I mean, Obama, before, all I ever heard, you know, if you go on social media, is Obama this, Obama that, Obama this, Obamacare,
well,
all this kind of stuff.
He was fucking useless. He was fucking useless.
Regardless, right? Everybody who doesn't like him in there, it's like it constantly churns. As soon as Trump got in, same thing. It's like Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, and it'll be Trump until Trump is out. And then whoever goes in next.
But the outrage that you got for Trump was too much.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah.
They're cunts. Yeah. Blowing up Starbucks and shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah. It was too much, man.
Oh, yeah. No, it's... Like I said, you're going to see it cycle.
If Hillary had won,
time.
there wouldn't have been the same reaction.
I think there would have been.
No, the people would have been pissed off, but it wouldn't have been the same reaction. You can't say that. Because Obama won, and there wasn't the same reaction. No one flipped cars. There was no burning. Like, Trump has had nothing but, like... No, but that happens... It wasn't because of Obama. Like, there's been things that have happened in his reign where, like... But ever since Trump's been in, every protest is about Trump.
Yeah.
It's not about what's going on. It's not about... what Trump's done. It's not about what Trump hasn't done. It's about Trump. Like, you're talking about protests while Obama was in. They had a reason to go protest. Yeah. Like, we're protesting your care, your health care. We're protesting this. They don't go to protest anything other than the fact that Trump is the president.
Yeah.
That's my issue. Yeah.
And that's my point.
There's no thought process behind it at all. Yeah. And no other president got treated like George W. Bush was one of the biggest fucking retards that ever got to presidency. He couldn't read, for fuck's sake. The Twin Towers came down in his reign, and a lot of fishy shit about that as well. You know, and a lot of stuff that we learn now. And if you don't believe that, you know, the Twin Towers was a inside conspiracy from that cunt, then you're crazy. Yeah. You're crazy. Like, we've seen videos of how it, like, the floor was demolished before the plane hit. Like, there's a million different firefighters saying they heard explosions before the plane had even fucking hit. Like, they found residues of explosives that shouldn't have fucking been in there. Like, how much evidence do you fucking need to know that this was planned by one of the sickest pieces of shit on the face of the earth? And there's still... wasn't a big of an outrage as when Trump got voted as president. Yeah. And to me, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with everyone? Yeah. I get Trump's one of the biggest fucking morons you probably ever meet. Yeah. He's weird. He walks funny. He walked in front of the Queen like a fucking twat, and then he stopped all fucking awkward. Have you ever seen something more awkward in your life? Yeah. But to not have done the same thing for these other sick fucks that have been president in America's history is craziness. Yeah. Every good president that country gets, they kill. Yeah, no, that's... And it just goes to show how fucking corrupt that fucking country is. Yeah, absolutely. But that's all we have time for this week. Yeah. Go read a fucking book and actually get yourself educated. Fuck all you radical cunts. Yeah. I'm Lloyd. I'm JD. Peace. See ya.